You're watching 24/7 Live Culture.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of BoomBox Talks. I'm your host, Phedora, and we got Deion. Deion's back in the
What's up, y'all? The
building.
main
We
host is
missed
back.
you, man.
Yes, sir.
And we have a special guest, the one and only, the CEO of 24/7
CEO
Live
is
Culture.
here.
Man, I'm just
Oh,
thankful to
man.
be in the
Omar
building,
Cook.
man.
On
But
my
y'all,
best
you know
behavior.
what time it is. Hey, 24/7 Live Culture, we in the building, man. I'm shout out to BoomBox Talks, yo. I'm thankful to be here. Let's go.
Yes,
Let's
we're
do
so
it.
happy to have you as a guest. Shout out to our girl Ronnie Lou.
Yeah.
We miss you, girl. Hope you're having a wonderful time in Mexico, living your best
Ronnie Lou,
hot
what it do?
tamale life.
This is Mexico.
Living it up out
Living
there. You
it
already know.
So Omar,
Yeah.
today we are having a special episode. We are going to be talking. Well, I'll let Deion do the
Oh,
introduction.
yeah, I'm back. Let
Yeah,
me do
you
it.
back. Go ahead. The main host is
The
back.
main host is back. Yeah. So we're going to kick this off, man. We're talking about an icon in the film industry, the man, the myth. We're talking about Eddie Murphy today.
Okay.
Yes.
Eddie Murphy, man, he got his start on Saturday Night Live all those years ago, and he's just been on the uprise ever since the 1980s. He's had countless hits, box office success.
Yes.
He is the man. I'll start off by saying, one of my favorite things about Eddie Murphy or movies from Eddie Murphy was his comedy stand-up Delirious when he wore the red pantsuit and he was walking around talking about his brother and his family. That was one of my favorite moments or my favorite things about Eddie Murphy that I remember from my childhood. But when he did, Daddy Daycare, Haunted House or Haunted Mansion, I think that's what
Dr.
it's called.
Dolittle.
Dr. Dolittle. He pretty much can do any genre. I think he was showing his skills. He's like, hey, I'm not a comedian. I can do all this.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think I like the family Eddie a lot more nowadays
Yeah.
than some of my dad myself. So I do it. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I
would have to say I like the Family Eddie too. I love Shrek. I used to watch that movie over and over and over and over and over again a million times. Shrek and Daddy Daycare. I think when he played all of these dad roles, I think it was important in that time to see like a young girl like me, a black man, and a positive figure on TV. So yeah, he did that.
He did.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the catalyst here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be the one that goes against the grain, of course. I love Family Guy Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dolittle Eddie. What's the other movie? Shrek. Him playing Donkey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We love that, right? But I really love the stand-up Eddie. You know what I'm saying? I love the young Eddie and what he was doing. Like, it goes back to his song days, his stand-up days. Like, in that time period, Eddie owned the world.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
did.
Like, you got to think of how big Eddie actually was in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, his icon status, like.
He was on top of the world.
He probably was like Drake at that time.
Yeah, he
You know what I'm
was.
saying?
Definitely
You
was.
singing songs with Rick James, bro. And you doing stand-up comedy, specials, and you
Right.
starring in Beverly Hills Cop 1 through
Yeah.
15.
Didn't
You know
have
what I'm saying?
He didn't have a
You know.
partner like a Will Smith or
Come
That's
on, man.
true.
he was
did
on his own on
he
that.
was solo.
That's one of the
Yeah.
big thing too. He did everything on his own.
He
Absolutely.
went up.
He didn't do it.
I would think that era of Eddie is just bigger and probably
Yeah.
in some people's minds that were especially of age to be able to watch his movies in theaters at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you ask like the older generation about Eddie at that time,
Right.
they
They'll tell you.
will
Yeah.
tell you.
He
He
was
was,
that
that dude.
He
You know
was
what I'm
that
saying?
dude,
Like, he's still
yeah.
that dude
Yeah.
in this generation, but
Yeah.
it's kids that are growing up that really don't know Eddie like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's true.
So I would just say his probably his 80s Eddie is untouched, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this then. Do you think, because there's been many spinoffs of this movie we've seen over the course of the years, why do you think Eddie Murphy didn't get a donkey spinoff?
Right.
I felt like we got a Puss in Boots spinoff.
Right.
I didn't understand
Which
that.
I didn't understand that.
You got
'cause
multiple Shrek movies, but we didn't get a donkey spinoff.
Right, right.
Everyone knows he was the main character.
Yeah.
The movie was called Shrek, but it was about Donkey.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
it
right, right.
I would have wanted
For
to see
real.
Donkey and the Dragon, their little thing, their conquest. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like
Right.
Their little
Eddie Murphy,
babies.
he deserved it.
Yeah.
Even with Mulan, we didn't even get a Mulan spinoff.
Right.
Right.
They gotta put some respect on Eddie name.
No,
Yeah.
because when I tell you he carried Mulan,
He did.
He did.
or I would have,
did.
I watched it for the dragon. Like
Exactly.
I wasn't
No,
watching
we
it
did.
for
He
Mulan.
did.
Yeah.
Now he definitely played those memorable characters. Like
Right.
they said, the movie was called Shrek,
Yeah.
but we know Donkey. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we
It
know
didn't pop
Donkey.
off
We
till
know
he met
Donkey,
Donkey.
Right.
Facts.
We quote that movie religiously, but there's a lot of donkey quotes in there. Like in the morning we're making waffles. I quote
Right.
that every morning.
No,
I'm gonna
facts.
get up and making waffles in the morning. That's what I'm gonna do.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Facts.
classics.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Man. Yeah, that is a good question. I'm really want to know why.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm
Right.
curious to know why he didn't get it.
I would love to see it. You know, I would watch a Eddie Murphy animated series
Yeah.
if he played an animated character.
Yeah,
You know,
he's got a nice voice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If he
You
played
know,
an animated
Hilarious.
character. That's funny you say that because I had another fact that I just found. He almost had his own Saturday morning cartoon.
What?
Yeah, from what I read, he almost had it. For some reason, they didn't go forward with it, but he was in discussions for a series. The premise was never really disclosed, but it was supposed to be like a G-rated interpretation of like a comic series for him about him, but it never got made, unfortunately.
Yeah. You know what would have been dope? How they did Everybody Hates Chris. Following
Exactly.
Chris. Like,
Yeah.
if they had
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy film similar to
Mhm.
that'd have been dope.
Yeah.
See, that would have
Yeah.
been nice. That would have
Yeah.
been cool to do.
To hear about him and his brother Charlie Murphy, how they grew up,
Man.
I know that would have been hilarious.
Mhm.
Such a talented family. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Shout out to Charlie.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
rest in
saying?
R.I.P.
peace. Yeah.
Yes.
He rest in
You
peace.
know,
Yeah, he was
I-
very funny.
I rock with Eddie.
Yeah, but Charlie was
But
the man.
Charlie was funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Charlie
he
was
real
funny.
You know what I mean?
I
And more
would've-
of an adult funny though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know, for sure. You know.
Has they ever played in a movie together? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Did
but I
they
don't
play in
think
a
have.
movie together? I don't know.
That's a
I
fun
wanna
fact. I want to
say-
see that.
No, actually, wait. I think he was. Don't quote me on this, y'all, but I think he might have been in Coming to America,
I don't remember him. in Charlie.
the
or maybe I'm mixing him with someone else.
that's a good question. I want to see. We're
Yeah.
gonna look this up real quick.
Oh, facts. I guess he played in Norbit, huh? Oh,
Oh,
maybe they
was
weren't.
he in Norbit?
maybe
He played
not.
in Norbit and Harlem Nights
guess-
apparently.
Oh,
That's what it says.
Yeah.
I don't remember him in Norbit. Maybe I'm wrong.
well,
Oh,
Who
he
was
was
he?
in Norbit. Charlie Murphy was in Norbit.
He was
Charlie
in
Murphy
Norbit.
was in Norbit.
Yes.
y'all. He played in
Damn.
Norbit.
Yep.
man,
Who did he play in there? I have no clue.
right?
But he was
We
in
gonna have
there,
to run that back. We gonna have to do.
He
We
was
gonna
in
have to do a
Harlem
part 2 or
Nights.
something.
and he was in Norbit with his brother.
Yeah. Well,
Floyd the dog. He played Floyd the dog.
Floyd the dog.
Yeah, he played Floyd
The dog that got crippled.
guess so.
oh,
Interesting.
that's another.
Oh, you know he
fact.
did a voiceover for him.
Yes,
he was in there. I
did.
do remember
he was
now.
The
He played the
dog.
dog, the handicapped
He
dog.
was the
that Trisha ran over.
dog. That's crazy.
Oh.
That's wild.
That's
He
wild.
did I remember he
Wow.
did the voiceover.
Yeah.
I do remember that
Wow.
scene. Mm.
Yep. Shout out to Charlie and Eddie, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
know,
We
we
love
can
Eddie.
only we can only hope to have that much talent in our families. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
You know?
I'm with that. Yeah.
Well, this has been real, y'all. I really enjoyed this conversation. Omar, President and CEO of 24/7 Live
Got the
Culture.
CEO in the building,
We got
y'all.
the CEO in the
Come on, man. I'm
building,
just thankful
y'all.
to be here with the team, man.
Ronnie, we miss you, girl.
Ready.
Thank
Come
you
back
so
from
much.
Mexico already. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on back.
Right. We appreciate y'all for joining in and tuning in with us. Until next time, make sure you give this a thumbs up, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on all the social media platforms. We
Everything.
appreciate the love and feedback. Bye, y'all.
Hey,
Peace out, y'all.
24/7. We out. Let's go.
You're watching 24/7 Live Culture.